So we were trying to measure the sharpness of resonance. In this case, we have this formula: Im is equal to Vm upon under root r square plus omega L minus 1 upon omega c square. The peak was at omega is equal to omega 0, and at that time this Im max was Vm upon r. Now we consider two different points, omega 1 and omega 2, at which the value of current is 1 by root 2 of this maximum value, and we put this omega is equal to omega 1. This is the value of current at omega is equal to omega 1, and at that value current is 1 by root 2 of maximum value, and this is Vm by r root 2, equating this denominator with denominator. So we equate the denominator, and after that we get this formula. So first we square both the sides, and after squaring we take all this side and again take the under root. After under root we get this formula: omega 1 L minus 1 upon omega c must be equal to r. Then we put the value of omega 1. Omega 1 was omega 0 plus delta omega L, and this one omega 0 plus delta omega c must be equal to r. From this L, omega naught was common, so we get 1 from here. Delta omega upon omega naught minus 1 upon omega naught c is common. We get 1 plus delta omega upon omega naught is equal to r. So this is the equation we got. Now in this equation what we have? We know for resonant frequency omega naught is equal to 1 by LC. In the second term on the left hand side, what we get? Omega 0, 1 plus delta omega upon omega naught, this is same. This is minus omega 0 L, 1 plus delta omega upon omega 0 must be equal to r. So how do we get this term? So we simply, this was 1 upon omega 0 c. So 1 upon omega 0 c. So at resonance condition this must be equal to omega 0 L. So this 1 upon omega 0 c must be equal to omega 0 L that we have put in this equation. So 1 upon omega 0 c is equal to omega 0 L in case of resonance. So that we have put here. Now let us approximate. Approximate 1 plus delta omega upon omega 0, this term to the power minus 1. So from binomial theorem, since this delta omega is much smaller than this omega naught, so we can approximate it with binomial theorem. According to binomial theorem, this power will go here. So we approximate it 1 minus delta omega upon omega naught. Why? Because this is the condition, this delta omega upon omega naught is very small than 1. That's why we are able to apply the binomial theorem. So putting this binomial theorem, omega naught L, 1 plus delta omega upon omega naught, this is again minus omega naught L, and this is this term from binomial theorem what we get, 1 minus delta omega upon omega naught must be equal to r. When we calculate this, so what we get? This is omega naught L, 1. This is minus omega naught L. So 1 and 1 get cancelled out. So omega naught L delta omega upon omega 0, and this will also become plus. This is also plus. So omega 0 L, this 2 delta omega upon omega naught must be equal to r. From this equation, let us solve for delta omega. Delta omega is equal to r. This get cancelled out. So r by L, and this 2 goes here, r by 2L. So sharpness of resonance. So what was the sharpness of resonance? Sharpness of resonance was omega naught upon 2 delta omega. So let us put all the value omega naught, and what is the value of this 2 delta omega? 2 delta omega is r by L. So this is in denominator. So this is omega naught L by r. So the ratio omega naught L by r is called the quality factor. Of the circuit. This is the quality factor. Let us put this Q is equal to omega 0 L by R. So from these equations what we can see, let us put this omega and 2 delta omega n q at the same side. So what we get? We get 2 delta omega is equal to this omega naught by q, because we are equating this left hand side with left hand side. So left hand side with left hand side equating. So what we get? Omega naught upon 2 delta omega must be equal to q. Hence 2 delta omega is equal to omega naught by q. So this is quality factor. Q is called quality factor. So what we get here? We see that 2 delta omega is equal to omega naught upon q. So larger the value of q, the smaller is the value of 2 delta omega. That means quality factor increase will result in a narrower peak. This is a narrower peak. So when quality factor increases, we get a narrower peak, or the bandwidth and sharper is the resonance. So resonance will be much sharper. If the quality factor is very high, so we get very sharp peak. Using the omega naught square is equal to 1 by LC, what we can say? This is Q is equal to 1 by omega naught CR. So Q was omega 0 L by R, and we have this relation omega naught square is equal to 1 by LC. So now let us put the value of omega naught L. So omega naught L must be equal to 1 upon omega naught C. So when we put this value, so what we get? Quality factor. Quality factor is equal to 1 upon omega 0 CR. So this is quality factor in terms of capacitance. That was quality factor in terms of reactance. So in terms of reactance, this quality factor is omega 0 L by R. In terms of capacitance, this is 1 by omega 0 CR. So this is the quality factor. The higher the quality factor, the sharper the resonance will be. That means the lesser the width will be. So for further higher quality factor, what we get? A sharper resonance. This is a much sharper resonance. So in this way we get much more sharp resonance. So we see from figure 7.15 that if the resonance is less sharp, not only the maximum current is less, the circuit is close to resonance for a larger range of delta omega of frequency, and the tuning of circuit will not be very good. So less sharp resonance, less is the selectivity of the circuit, or vice versa. From equation 7.36, if the quality factor is large, that is R is low or L is large, the circuit is more selective. So what they are trying to say, suppose if this is not very good quality factor, then we are not able to properly select the channel. If this is very sharp, then we are more able to more selective, and we get the much clear sound on that particular channel that we have selected. So let us do this example. A resistor of 200 ohm and a capacitor of 15 microfarad are connected in series. So both are connected in series, and the source is 220 volt 50 hertz AC source. Calculate the current in circuit. So we have to calculate the current, calculate the voltage, RMS voltage across the resistor and the capacitor separately. We have to calculate the current and voltages. Is the algebraic sum of these voltages more than the source voltage? So we have to also tell that if we add these voltages, is this the more than the source voltage? If yes, resolve the paradox. Paradox is a contradiction. That means two things that are saying opposite thing. So why it is happening? It should not happen. So let us solve this problem. So first of all, we are given R is equal to 200 ohm, capacitance is 15 microfarad, that means 15 into 10 to power minus 6 farad. VRMS is 220 volt and frequency is 50 hertz. So first, in order to calculate the current, we need impedance of the circuit. What is impedance? Impedance is R square plus this was XC minus XL square, but this term is not there, so we simply have XC square. So Z is equal to R square plus XC square, and this is R square. This XC is equal to 2 pi nu C, and again if you see power here is minus 2 because XC is equal to 1 by omega C, and this is equal to 2 pi nu C, and we have square of this, so square, and when this goes up this power becomes minus 2. So let us put all the values. So R is 200 ohm, square of this 2 pi nu, and this C is 15 into 10 to power minus 6, and this is again power minus 2. So after calculation what we get, 212.3 square of this, 212.3 square of this, and final value we get 291.67. So this is the impedance of the circuit. This is impedance of the circuit. How can we calculate the current? Current from Ohm's law, I is equal to V upon Z, 220 volt by 291.5 ohm or 291.67 ohm. So we get 0.755 ampere. So this is the current in the circuit.